Okay, Rafael, can I start or we're still waiting for more people to come? Hello.
MJ, please, we can start. I think
All
I'm
right
not
then.
sure Rafia is here to answer. So you can
Okay,
start.
all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining the very first session of the 3 months mentorship program. So just to get us started and to get this very interactive, can you just hit the chat window and then let me know from where you're joining from? Just say hi and then let us know from where you're joining from while I try to share my screen, please. Hello, can you tell us where you're from? Just let's make this very interactive. I mean, can you guys still hear me? Yes, Ibrahim.
Yes, MJ.
Okay.
Chat.
I can see Ibrahim raising his hand, so I just want to know if there is. Oh, really? Chat has been turned off for this meeting. Oh, so sorry about that. I think we'll still want you to chat. Um, but I think the only thing is that probably I mean, in terms of video and audio is what we would have turned off. Thank you, Ibrahim. I'm sure that's what you want to say. But we will do better. I think we'll do that maybe before the session ends. We'll try to do that and solve that. I think we'll still want to hear from you. You can, I mean, for you to send your question across and all of that. Um, so Ibrahim, I don't know, is it something you think you can, because I see your hand raised and I see about two people's hand raised. Almost everyone is raising their hand. Um, please, Emmanuel, please can you guys turn on the what they call it for them, the chat window? All right.
That's coming up now in a minute, please.
Yes, please let that come up because I think they have some questions. But let me see if I can unmute one of you. Allow Mike for Boroki. Oh, sorry. Borokini Eniola, I've allowed your mic. Can you unmute? What is it you want to say before we go on, please?
So chat is on also.
Okay. All right. I'm not really sure. I think I've unmuted you, but you're not speaking. So I'm going to disable the mic back because we actually do not want any form of distraction. Thank you guys. Please, can you guys just lower your hand? I'm so sorry. We'll not be taking any question for now, but you can make use of the chat window to say anything you want. Very, very good. Yes, thank you. Yes, Zainab from US. I can see everyone trying to say where they're from. This is nice. I think we have a whole lot of people across the globe. I would not say across Nigeria. This is great. All right, then. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let's delve into it. I mean, I'm just gonna turn off my camera just for a few minutes, and then I would want once my camera is turned on, so that just for you people to just have a feel of who MJ is, and then we can start the session. Um, so, but please, can you confirm to me that you can see my slide? Can someone confirm that you can see my slide because I shared my screen? Yes, all right. Great. and then you can say MJ also. So, but I don't want to waste a lot of our time. I think we've taken a lot of time. Just for introduction's sake, my name is Olajumoke Toriola. I mean, just to put a face to it, as I'm sure someone must have seen that face just now. Just to put a face to me, I mean, for some of you that probably maybe you are not where you have a camera, dark skin or brown skin lady. I have a pair of glasses on, and also I have a low cut. So don't be mistaken if my voice is sounding very husky. I'm still a lady. I am a she and not anyone's any other thing apart from that. So and then it's very good to be here. I'm actually very glad that I'm here, and I'm actually very, very excited that we can have this turnout of numbers, and because it seems everyone wants to really learn, and this is great. So a little bit of a background before we start. What we're trying to do today is that before you set out to do or to start this mentorship program, we felt that it is very important for us to lay a very good background for you, and then so that that background also you can set it for yourself. So that is why we're taking this opportunity, and I'm taking this opportunity to take us through the topic career growth and paths. The whole essence of it is for you to be able to understand, develop, and maintain a good career growth or a good career path using what is referred to as the SWOT framework or the SMART goal. When I use the word SWOT, is actually, we'll delve into it. You know, the full meaning is just an acronym for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and we'll delve into it. Um, like I said, so I'm just going to my name is Olajumoke Toriola. A little bit about me. I work with Hashem Limited as the CTO. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, I think for the 11th year. And then I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional also in the Microsoft 365 App and Services category for the fourth time. Fortunately, admitted to the Microsoft Regional Director Program, and then I used to say to myself that I'm a very proud woman in tech. So to all the ladies in the house, I want to send my, I'm not biased. So I know our male counterpart will be telling me now I'm biased. No, I'm not biased. It's just that I always love to say when I see female in tech. So I'm a woman in tech, a very proud woman in tech. And then, yes, the community founder of Nigeria M365 got a lot of support from sorry for the spelling of the Nigeria. I think that was a mistake. I got a lot of support from also some of the community members that we have around. We have the Azure community group, just like we have Nigeria. We have the Power Platform community group and all of that. We have the data analytics and then even security. So, but for the M365, I'm proud to say that the M365 falls under my home purview. And then I'm also a co-founder of Tech Stylers, a community of women in tech. Our vision is actually to bring more women into tech. And then we do all of this by empowering them with health skills through training and mentorship. And one of the things that I've heard in the past is to say, why are we biased? Why are we really concerned about women? But I always tell them, if you want to join us, our male counterpart, just wear a virtual skirt. You're welcome to be on the program. And that is my social media, and the truth about it is that you only find me a lot on LinkedIn. But talk about Twitter, I do not really stay on Twitter, to be honest, or X. Okay, I think this is, I still call it Twitter, but X, maybe that's what you call it, what you guys are familiar with. But then you'll find me more on LinkedIn. So let's get the ball rolling, and then for simplicity, call me MJ. People call me MJ. Do you get? But MJ does not mean Michael Jackson. So, like I used to tell people, I like to leave that disclaimer earlier enough. It doesn't mean Michael Jackson, but it just means that you can relate with me with MJ. People find it more comfortable to call me all of that. And I feel that that is also a very easy way for people to start a conversation with me earlier enough with the barrier of, oh, she's up there. How do we relate with her? You know, all of that. I tried as much as possible not to get in the way so that I can be very, very receptive and accessible for you guys. All right. So, what is our program for today? So, let's start by talking about what the mentorship program is all about. Now, for me, this is my humble definition for it, is providing you that necessary platform where you can be encouraged and then you can be guided in a way to conquer your fears and cultivate a self-confidence really that you can use to do what? To excel in your pursuit or your ambition or in your career path, as the case may be. So, and then the other part of what we are trying to do in all of this mentorship is for us to help you uncover that innate creativity, that part of you that you do not even recognize that you have, that can help you to excel, that can help you to innovate, and at the same time, building you leadership abilities as you progress in your career path. So, what do we really expect from you as a mentee? I know my colleagues on the call are still going to go through probably maybe the code of conduct, if that I'm sure this must have been shared with you on the WhatsApp group. But most importantly, we want you to keep to time. And I'm so proud of every one of you here. I think you have to give yourself a thumbs up because by 8, I see the numbers, and this tells me that you guys are going to keep to time. So keeping to time is actually key for us because I mean, we want to have a good time management system where we are actually seeing that every one of you are committed and then you're disciplined to come on time, and we're not, I mean, your mentors are not waiting for you. Then what we also would be looking out for you is that you have a very good or a positive attitude, please. And when I'm talking about positive attitude, is the fact that as you go on in this path for the next 3 months, there might be temptation for you to say, oh, I want to pull out, or I want to throw in the towel, I can't go on again. But this is where you should not give up. Have a positive attitude to learning, please. And then also respect for one another. No one person is stupid in his comment. No one person's idea is rubbish, please. We are all adults. We are all adults, and so we should respect one another. And again, be open to learn, and then willingness to be coachable really, and then receptibility is what we'll be looking for. So with that being said, I think I've set the tone of what is expected from you on this mentorship program. So our agenda for today really is we're going to talk about what are career goals, what does it mean to have a goal setting. Then we talk about career growth versus career development, and then we'll do some sort of goal settings. I'll introduce you to the SWOT analysis and the SMART goal, and then some tips and tricks I feel you should have before you start this engagement in the next 3 months. Now, career goals are the milestones and objectives that you as an individual will set for yourself to achieve whatever you desire in in your professional lives. I mean, so these goals will guide your career path, helping you to make decision about things around maybe more education as you go along the line, maybe about the job opportunities that are in the market and then you feel like you want to delve into it, or even around your professional development. These are what is going to do for you. So career goals can actually vary when it comes from people to people. I mean, from person to person. It can also be influenced by personal interests, by your values, by your skills, and even the industry trends that is going on. But one of the things I like you to take away today, and I want you to have at the back of your mind, that the only thing that is standing between you and making your career vision a reality lies in the translation of your vision into a tangible and achievable goals. And I'll go over that again. Maybe in another way. You might say today, success in achieving your career goal is setting a target. That's just the simple word I've just said in all of those things, those big grammar that I've said. And then the only thing that is standing between you and making your career vision a reality is actually how you are going to translate it into a tangible goals. Every one of us have aspiration, and I'm sure because you have one, that is why you are on this call. So, but then how do you translate it into what? Into goals, tangible and achievable one is what I'm just going to take you through. And that is the background I intend to, the tone and the background I intend to set for us before we begin this mentorship program. Because the truth about it is that if you do not have this at the back of your mind earlier enough, the tendency for you to say, oh, you're going to throw in the towel, or say, oh, I do not want to go on. This is quite very difficult. This is new to me and all of that. But all of this I'm trying to set for you is how you can navigate through the let me say the murky waters by the time it gets so dark and all of that. This is how you can keep yourself focused while you're going through these mentorship. Now, let's start with talking about the types of career goals. Now, the career goals can be categorized into whether it is a short term or a long term. And each of these actually have their own significance and time frame, if you want to say. So the first thing I will ask you to do today is that what you're trying to do what you're trying to do today, is it a short term or a long term? And like I said, you have to first determine whether this is just something I just want to do for this period of time, or you just feel that, well, this is something I really, really want to take longer than this time. But don't get yourself worked up, because the truth about it is that in life, with career goals, just like everything in life, it can be short term and it can be long term. So what we're going to do in the next few seconds is for us to identify which ones are what you can determine to be short terms and which one should be long term. So by definition, really, we say that short-term career goals are objectives that can be achieved within a relatively short period. So you can look at this typically within a year or two. And these goals actually do what? They serve as a stepping stone towards your long-term aspiration. And examples are, maybe you're trying to acquire a specific certification or skills. Some of you may be on this. And probably some of you are just changing role from one technical role to the other. You've been in a specific career path before, but you're changing your path and you feel that, oh, maybe I need to have some certification or get some skills for me to move to this path. It could be that is considered as a short-term career goal. It could be securing a promotion for a new job within the same company that you are. Probably maybe you look at the people that are doing modern workplace, the people that are doing M365 and all of that. You feel that, oh, they are doing better or they are being promoted, but in your own department, maybe your department is admin and all of that, you feel but you have an IT background, you did a STEM related course in school, and probably you feel that, oh, maybe moving out of it is moving to this new job role within the same company will give you a better leverage, and that is why you're coming here. So this is a short term. Probably maybe you feel you want to expand your professional network or improve your work-life balance. Probably maybe you feel what you're doing this time around is taking so much of your time. But if you move into this, it is to this new career path, it's going to give you more time and your work-life balance can be more effective. So, and then you can have more better time management with it. This is a short-term career goal. This is an example of it. However, when we talk about a long-term career goal, it requires more extended time frame to achieve. You can have it spanning over several years or even decades. I would say today that next year, February, we make it 2 decades that I've been in the IT industry. And then it's been like a roller coaster. It's been a very, very challenging journey, like I used to tell everybody, but it has been very quite rewarding. I mean, if I come to another, maybe in my another life that I will come before now, when we're in school, I wanted to be a doctor. I've imagined myself walking through the corridor of the hospital and people are saying, oh, Dr. Toriola and all of that, it gets to my head. But reality comes, we show you if you are in my part of the world, when you do jam, you get disappointed, and probably maybe I ended up doing what, electrical engineering. But I mean, I think that was the best thing that happened to me because it sets the tone that for me in this part of my career. And then it tells, I mean, it's something that has helped me over the years. And if you ask me to come back to the word again, I'll still do IT. I think that's the best thing that has happened to me. So I mean, before I digress so much, let's come back to the topic of the day. When you talk about the long-term career goals, is that it can actually what span several years or even decades. And then this actually talks about how an individual views I mean have a broader vision about their career, or view their career path or the trajectory they want their career to go into. And so you find that a long-term goal for you will be something like attaining a leadership and executive position within an organization. So you are planning through it. You're looking at yourself today and say, oh, I give myself in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years, this is where I want to be in my career. So you're looking at a situation where you feel that today I am only good at the basic aspect of exchange online, but I want to become an expert or a thought leader in a particular field in the industry. Say maybe sometime in the future, that's what you're looking at. And then probably maybe you're also looking at, when you gain all of these skills, I want to do what? I want to run my own business or consultant. I mean, and then maybe achieve what we all want to do today, achieve some form of what financial independence, or reach a specific income level that you feel that, okay, yes, it commensurate to the effort you're putting into any job that you're doing. Or you also want to do what? Make a very significant impact in the community or industry. And for a lot of us that have been on this call, you will appreciate the fact that a lot of us, because of the impact that we have made in the industry, that's why Microsoft has even recognized us. And you guys are actually very, very fortunate to be trained by a lot of the best Microsoft certified trainers. Microsoft most valuable professionals are the ones that are going to be taking you on this 3 months journey. So you are actually very, very, very fortunate to be. But before we talk about short or long-term career goals, we can't achieve any of this, to be honest, without you doing what? Having what is called a what? Goal setting. Now you have to set the goals. You have to be deliberate. You have to be intentional. I feel like it was the COVID era that the word intentionality became like a very, very, how will I put it? A very common word. Every time you will just hear people say, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. Every little conversation you want to have, you have to be intentional. And sometimes I ask the people that are saying this, they really know what it means to be intentional, really. But if you want to take your career to the next trajectory of your life, or whatever you're planning for, then it is very important for you to have what is called goal settings. Now, the ways you are going to do that is to do what? There are three things you need to do. First, you want to what? Identify what's most important to you, and really how much you can really bite off at one time when it comes to your goals. So you're going to sit and then tell yourself, what are those things that is more important to me, even as I want to embark on this journey? What is it? What module, what level, or what track am I more interested that I find that, oh, if I take on this one, maybe I know Exchange today, and then if I take on Microsoft Teams or OneDrive or SharePoint, it's something that I can really, really get myself knowledgeable on, and then be more relevant in the marketplace and all in the job marketplace. Sorry, if that is what you're looking at. So the first thing, like I said, is that you have to identify. Then the next thing is that you do what? When you identify your goals, you transition into what is referred to what your strategies. These are tactics you come up with. What do you need to do to make things happen? And then what do you need to stay accountable? At this stage is when probably maybe you'll be looking for someone that can be like an accountability partner. because you are coming up with strategies. You are telling myself, I, for one of the things I do every year is that at least in a quarter, I must have written one certification. For the years of my career, I have not failed in doing that. No matter how choked that I am, I find myself at least in one quarter to at least have written one exam, so that at the end of the year, I can tell myself that at least I've written 2 to 3 to 4 exams, at least in whatever. I mean, to get, even if it is a fundamental, even for me to take a new course and all of that. So one of the things you will want to do is that you want to draw up strategies, approaches, or programs you feel you want to enroll in to be successful, and then most importantly, to stay accountable. And finally, for you to be able to sustain, we talk about the sustainability aspect of it. So you form an habit out of your goals. I have like a timetable in my house. I have a timetable when I want to watch videos. If you come to my house on Friday, every one of us is on Friday. It is cinema time. I watch movies over the weekend. But once it's Saturday, I have time for community work. Once it's Sunday, you can get my attention. That's the time I have for God and my family. So you can get my attention around that time. But you see, even during the week, even if it is a 30 minutes read while I'm just going to the office, and I'm not the one driving, but even if I'm the one driving, I'm going to the office, just a 30 minutes read. I want to read one article. I want to read one article around that thing that I'm doing. So it is always important for you to form an habit out of your goal. That is the only way you can turn your goals into habits, and then it becomes something that is automatic and built into your life. There is a saying that habits are formed in 21 days. So when you do something repeatedly in the next 21 days, you find yourself that you become addicted to it, and something that you can form habits in. So when I heard that starting up, what that tells me is that, okay, let me see a very good attitude I can imbibe, or I can do, so that it becomes something like an habit. So sustainability refers to the ability for you to do, or to maintain or support a process continuously over a time. And then this is how you can set your goal, and then do what sustain it over the time. Now, but there's something we need to understand. Because there are a lot of people will tell me now and say, oh, MJ, you're talking about career, but there is growth and then there is career development. Is there a difference between these two? And the answer is yes. Now, I'm going to say a lot of people will interchange the two of them, even though there's a difference between the two of them. A lot of people interchange it most times, and you need to understand the difference between the two of them. You can use it interchangeably, but at the end of the day, you need to know where you stand, or where each of these phrases is actually applicable. So when you talk about career growth, you talk about the process of advancing in a profession. Typically, you achieve it through promotions. So you look at something that is referred to like an upward mobility within an organization. I am a technical trainee today. Tomorrow, I'm a technical support engineer. From a technical support engineer, I move to a technical support engineer level 2. From there, maybe I come up to a team lead. From a team lead, I become a head of department from there, and then all of that. I become an SME, I become an architect, and then all of that before I get to the C level. So you talk about that is career growth. You are not stagnant. You are not in one position. So, like I said, it's an upward mobility within an organization. And then what career growth actually does is that it represents the big picture of an individual's career trajectory. And then it can also be measured through factors such as things like probably maybe like your salary increase, job title will change, and then increase in your responsibility. That's what you see as career growth. On the other hand, career development is an ongoing, lifelong process. And what that actually involves is what is self-awareness. You look at yourself, today, you tell yourself and say, oh, I need to improve on something like communication skills. Maybe my presentation skills, I need to, I need to improve on it. Maybe things around my personal growth, I need to improve on it. That is what career development is all about. You look at those skills that can enhance, or those soft skills that can help enhance your career growth, and you start taking those career development classes, things like skill enhancement classes, maybe self-awareness classes that makes you know, oh, things like, okay, in terms of presentation, you don't present very well. Oh, I want to become a head of department, so I have to improve on my leadership skills and all of that. So when you talk about career development, it's actually a short term, because if you look at it, it's not something that you will do all the time, while career growth is actually what the big picture. So and then for career growth, you can actually measure it. You can say, oh, at this particular stage in my life, this was where I was, and I'm moving to this next stage. Whereas in development, it's all about quality. And then, when you talk about a skill like what, like a leadership skill, quality is something, that there is a quality. You say, oh, quality leadership. That's what you will say. You wouldn't say, oh, something like, because you will not say three leadership. No, because it's not something you measure. Can only be qualitative. So that is the difference with career growth and career development. So I hope that all of you are taking notes. So I mean, I'm just going to ask a few questions now to see how many of us have, before we come into this call, already do what, have set a career growth path for ourselves. I just want to see you. Probably maybe someone should just put it in the chat window. Tell me any of you that have done that before now. How many of you? Just put it in the chat window. Like I said, I want this class to be as interactive as possible. And then if you have any concern before now that, oh, probably maybe I'm just learning what this means. I mean, I haven't thought of it this way. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Please put it in the chat window. I also want to hear your thoughts on it. All right, great. So let's move on. So, so like I said, growth is what and where, while development is how you go about it. And then growth is achieved in the long term. Development is something that is ongoing. You can never get tired of saying that. Um, I've learned all the leadership skills. I've learned all of the communication skills that I need to learn. No, you can't get tired of it. So let's talk about the 6 stages of career development. And then the stage one will be followers. For what is what, I think a lot of us on this call, when we sent out the mentorship program, we said that some of you will wanted people that are fresh from school. So that is why, I mean, I'm so happy that we have people that have graduates. We have people that have already started working, but maybe they want to change career path and all of that. But most importantly, we're happy that we have some people that are fresh from schools here. So the 6 stages of career development. The first one is the follower stage. And what is this stage? It begins after you graduated from the college. You are not really fully aware of your skills. All that has been taught you in school, probably maybe this is now when you're coming to the real job world to come and learn more, to even discover what you have in you. I mean, so at this stage, really, you do not really have anything to offer any organization, to be honest. Because at this stage is actually where people will be trained. And that's why most times when you start in this stage, you come in as what? As a trainee. I started my own career as a trainee. I'm never ashamed to say. So when people say, oh, you CTO, I like to tell them that it wasn't just a CTO overnight. If you knew how I started to learn how to type on the keyboard, it was quite very funny. I mean, I would spend my time to look at, oh, where is P on the keyboard? And then you will see my hand suspended. Those are journey that we have gone through, but nobody will look at it. We just say, oh, because somebody is on this career stage on this stage of their career life, you think, oh, it was just like that. So all of us started as a follower. I started as a follower, and that was why I was a trainee. You do not have really anything to offer any organization at that time except what? Your loyalty, and be willing to be learn. And that's why you hear when an interview session is being conducted, you will hear people say, I am a fast learner, because you're actually trying to tell the organization, if you invest in me, you can be rest assured you are going to get something. So that's the first stage of what? Career development. Then the stage you move on, you graduated. From that follower stage, you become a collaborator. This is a stage where you have to learn to cooperate well with others. Some of you, as you come out from work, from college, from the university, some of you are NYC student. I'm sure from the other part of the world, I don't know whether it's NYC you people call it, but that's the program we do after we come out from university, really. But whatever it is called for you, the next thing is that you will now start to learn how to meet with people. And that is why one of the things we want to do in this mentorship program is that we want to teach you how also to move from the stage of a follower. You're going to gain that also. How to do what? To learn a bit of teamwork. So you want to learn how to cooperate well with others. Um, you want to be in a team. You want to learn how to grow and achieve your goals. You can see how people think. You can see how others do their work. You can be motivated and say, oh, okay, I like the way this person works. Oh, I want to help this. I want to be on this particular project with this person. That is the stage two. That is where you start. And sometimes even your organization will help you with it. When they feel that, okay, at the stage one that you are in, they feel that, okay, you have to move to the stage two, where they start pairing you up with someone. You'll find that maybe you want to shadow someone to do a project and all of that. Then the stage three is where you become an instructor, really. You have collaborated well, but now the organization want to tap into your own people skills, where you're giving instruction to team. This is a stage where a lot of us become what? Probably maybe team leads. We know what needs to be done, and instead of always being the one to do it, we give people instruction to say, oh, do it. Because we are now learning skills around what? People management. Our leadership skills is growing a bit, you get. So then you move from that stage to what is called the manager stage, where you need a larger team with bigger goals and bigger objectives. You are someone that somebody can say, oh, when I'm with Emmanuel, that guy motivates me. You have people that directly reports to you, and then you also motivate them to achieve their own goals or to pursue their own goal. And then from that stage of being a manager, you're just, because you're a manager, it might just be within your own department. Your stage five will be an influencer, where it means that you're not only managing your team, but you are influencing people outside your own department. This is where someone in the sales department can say, oh, you just need to go to this person, even if it is for a technical advice, even if it is for a personal growth advice. That person is there. You are someone that when they call you into a meeting, you are not just talking about your domain line, what you know alone. You are influencing decision and all of that. So that's that stage. And then finally, the stage is where you're a leader. You spend some of your time empowering and inspiring others. So instead of telling people what to do, you tell them how to think about it. So you're telling them how to think about it, how to innovate, how to be creative and all of that. So these are the six stages of career development. So I want you to do something for me right now. Tell me what stage you are in. And my dear, please do not be ashamed of it. Do not be ashamed. Put in the chat window with this explanation that I've given. Just put in the chat window and let me know what stage you are in right now. And then in this sixth stage of career development. So just put I'm checking the chat window. I just want to be, oh, great, 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 great. This is great. So I just want you to be, just to say this is great. And then don't feel bad if you're in stage one, my dear. That is very, very okay, because that is why we said it is a long term. It is something that at the end of the day you are going to grow into. Fantastic. I have very good audience here, and I can see that everyone is paying attention to this. Now, the next thing is that how do we set career goals for ourselves? So moving on. So, one of the things I want you to have at the back of your mind is that setting effective career goals involve careful planning and self-reflection. You need to have that every time. And so, the very first way for you to set career goals for yourself is to do what is referred to as what? A self-assessment. You want to begin by conducting a thorough self-assessment to understand what is your personal interest, what is your strength, what is your weakness, what is your values, what is your passion. And that is where we're going to move to what we refer to, and I'm going to show you in a bit what is the SWOT analysis. It is the SWOT analysis you're going to use to do that. And one of the assignments I'm going to give you is that you're going to use this SWOT analysis to answer a lot of these questions. Now, some of the questions you'll be asking yourself in these stages: what are my core values and how do they align with my career aspiration? Then you will move on to asking yourself that what skills and experience do I possess right now that can support my career goals? Or what skills do I need, or which area do I need to improve on or need to develop to reach my desired milestones? So those are the questions that you will ask yourself in this stage, which is the self-assessment. Then the next stage is the research and exploration. So, in order for you to gain a comprehensive understanding of potential career opportunities and challenges, I think it is very, very beneficial for you to explore what I would consider a wide range of career options and industry. And what the way you do this is by conducting informational interviews. Now, informational interviews with professionals. You go meet some people that have been in that field or in those fields that you know. You want to hear their thoughts. You want to see, okay, in this field, I mean, what are the job opportunities? What are the opportunities? How can my career excel greatly in this? You want to, that's why it is called informational interview. You just want to chat a conversation with someone that you feel has reached that stage, and then you're asking them, how do they go about it? What is it that I need to do? Another thing you want to do is that things like industry publications, you want to stay up to date. I like to read a lot of articles today on AI, anything AI. I just want to read it. And I've learned so much in saying that, okay, the different terminologies that I've never even know of, I have learned about that just reading articles online around AI. You want to stay updated on current trends and what an insight. And what these activities can provide you at what a valuable insight that it can inform your career decision and help you identify the paths that best aligns with what your interests and goals that you got from what that's number one, your self-assessment, the first thing you did. Now, the next thing you want to do is do what you want to define a SMART goal. And when we talk about what SMART goals are, SMART goals is what? It's a criteria to define specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. So you just don't want to come up with any kind of goals. Your goals needs to be such that you want it to be specific. You want it to be measurable. You want to measure it at a particular time. Remember what we said. We said career growth can be measured. So you want what you're looking at the end of the day. Is this something I can measure? I can put a value to say, oh, at this point in time, yes, I have already achieved what I want. Then you talk about, is it achievable? Is it relevant to you and to your goals and aspiration? And then it must be time bound. Else it's just going to be something that is an endless goal. So let's look at an example. You are not saying, so what the SMART goals will help you to do, which we will see later on, is that it is not, you are not just setting a vague goals like, I want to advance in my career. That's something that I would tell you that if I hear someone say, I want to advance in my career, what do you mean you want to advance in your career? It is more specific or a smart goal to say, I want to earn a project management certification within the next 6 months. Can you see? You are specific that I want to earn a project management certification. You're specific within the next 6 months, which means that it is time bound. Then to qualify for what? For a team lead position. Do you see? You've said you want, there is your goal is achievable, your goal is measurable, your goal is time bound. But if you use just the word, I want to advance in my career, when people tell me that and I'm sitting with them, I ask them, so how do you intend to do that? And then they're looking at me like, okay, so it's not just probably maybe. And then when I have some form of performance review with people and I'm hearing, oh, my goal in the next is just for me to advance in my career. So to advance in my career, to do what? So what is the specific area you're looking at? Do you get? So you, at every time you want to define a goal, that is smart. And then, so the next thing is that you want to create an action plan. Now, goals are not something that you will want to do and then you just, because sometimes you have very big plan, just the same way we decided that one day we're going to become a doctor, but you are not just going to become a doctor. I think from the age of when we're in primary school is when we say a lot of us have goals. I want to become a doctor. I even have several goals. Our family lawyer used to say my voice is very husky, so I'm going to make a very good lawyer. And because my voice, say when you get to the court, if you just say my lord, everybody will keep quiet, because of your voice. So I think I want to become a lawyer because I think I argue very well. At a time when I liked my mathematics teacher in school, and I said, "Oh, I want to become a teacher." At a time again, when it enters my head, when I was doing science, I want to become a doctor. All of those things, they are what plan. But at the end of the day, you need to break down those plans into what smaller, manageable tasks. The same way we all went to school. We did not fly from primary school to what? To university or to become an engineer today. You have to do what you have to have a plan of attending primary school, secondary school, college. Eventually, you even have to go for some special program before you can attain probably maybe that particular plan. Plan you've set for yourself. So it's very important for you to break down the goals. They are very, very large sometimes to smaller, manageable tasks and set deadlines for each, and that is very important. So in one word, this will serve as a roadmap to guide you through the process and also help you to stay on track while you are seeking for your growth in your career. Then the next thing is for you to seek support and mentorship. So you seek support from mentors. Good enough, you're lucky, and like I said, you're fortunate to be here. You have tech mentors here that are going to be taking you through the next 3 months. They're not asking you for any dime. They're not asking you for anything. All they just need is what? Your time, your commitment, your dedication, keeping to time. That's all that is. I wish I have this opportunity when we started learning. I learned with the kind of system. I don't know whether I love it. Now we all have flat screen. Those systems that are like those olden days, what they call it, TVs are what we use as monitors, and so heavy now. Laptops, now you even move away from laptops, even from the comfort of your phone, you can actually do all your learning. So now you have mentors. We didn't have so much mentors in those days. We have communities that we can leverage on. We have professional networks we can leverage on. And then so seek support from all of these people. They're going to help you, to guide you, to give you valuable advice. A lot of us want to do so many things at the same time, but with a mentor in your life, you can actually can help you to say, oh, no, 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 come. Yes, you want to go through this. This is the way you can break these goals into this. And then at this time, ensure that you have covered this. At this time, ensure that you've covered this. So you can help yourself by seeking support and mentorship. And also, don't limit it to just mentors alone. Look within, because some of you will be, what we're going to do, we're going to pair you guys. You might be in your group and you identify people that are in your group that are doing very well. What you want to take advantage of is doing what? Is have those people has maybe identify people in your space that are words that you can refer to as accountability partner. And that's very good. When you find yourself like, I want to do something, and you find yourself procrastinating, but if you get someone to tell that person that I want to do something, that person will always remind you that, oh, you said you want to do something. Just like maybe you said, I don't want to eat chocolate again. And there's somebody now says, you tell your friend, please watch me. Anytime you see me eat chocolate, I don't want to eat chocolate again. And they see this, hey, Benga, you're eating chocolate. Paul, you're eating, that can help you. So it will make you what? Enhance your motivation and your accountability. That is what mentorship, seeking support from mentorship will do to you. It will enhance your motivation and also do what? Help you to stay accountable to your goals. And then lastly, what you want to do is to what? Regularly review and assess your progress through your career growth. Then you want to celebrate your achievements and then identify areas where adjustment may be made. So, and lastly, you want to be flexible and open to adapting goals as circumstances change or review. I like to tell people something: unapologetically celebrate your little wins. When you're making progress with your career growth, celebrate it. Don't let that imposter syndrome cheat you of it. I mean, if I have time, probably if this before this session, if I have the opportunity again, that's another topic I would want you to learn. If you start one of the big, greatest, how will I put it, stopgap or challenges to people pursuing their career growth and excelling in it is the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome. It cheats you of your goals. So, and then if you can overcome it, this is something that even when you have a little bit of achievement, you are so, no, I don't want to say it. It's not as if you are showing up, my dear. Celebrate it. One of us just became an MVP. And I love the way that when he got his MVP award, he took a picture with it. He actually put that award very close to his mouth, like he was giving it a kiss. And then for every picture you want, you are asking probably a profile you want to get this profile, it is that picture. My dear, celebrate it. Don't let anybody rob you of it. You worked hard for it. So even if it is a little win, celebrate that achievement and identify areas where adjustment may be needed, which is very good. So with that, I will now be moving to what is called the SMART goals that I want you to look at. So when we talk about SMART goals, what comes to mind? We said specific. That is, it is well defined. It is clear. It is unambiguous. Don't go and come up with a goal that it is not clear. Like I said, I want to advance my career. It is a vague statement. It is not well defined. What about I want to advance, I want to pursue a project management certification in the next 6 months. That is more specific. And so I want to take a certification to this so that I can move up to a project team lead in my department. That is more specific. So you want your goal to be what? Specific. You want it to be measurable, which means that you want to specify a criteria and measure your progress towards the accomplishment of that goal. Then your goal must be what? Attainable. It must not be something that is impossible to achieve. I will not set a goal today and say that, well, I'm not saying it's not possible that I want to go into space and then drive a car in it, and then I do not have any knowledge around space technology and all of that. I'm just wasting my time. I mean, if I have a background or a technology, or I know that, then it's something I can do. I cannot tell myself today and say, oh, I want to be a developer. No, there are developers, so there are two different things. That I want to become a developer, a .NET developer, when I do not have a background before in coding, and then it's not possible. It's not that it's impossible for you to do that, but is this something that my passion aligns with and all of that? So some of those things are what you will look at. Then realistic, it has to be within reach. Has to be relevant to my life purpose. I look at myself today, I'm someone that I know I like to speak, I like to teach, I like to motivate people. So I know my life purpose right from even when I was in my secondary school. I like to take on responsibility. So I know that there is a leadership traits in me. And then what are those things that I need to do that is relevant to my life purpose is what you need to ask yourself. Then it needs to be what? Timely. It has to be with a clearly defined timeline. You have to have a start gate and a target day. I tell myself, like I said, every quarter I must be able to achieve one exam. So it means that I have 3 months for me to be able to study. It means I have 3 months for me to be able to practice and be able to achieve that certification no matter how. Then, because when you have that, it creates a sense of urgency within you. I was in an interview session with someone. Someone was still asking me, how did you make it through life? How did you pass through? How did you become? And I told myself, I said, at a point in time, I set myself, I compete against myself. I have nobody around to compete with. Um, Being a female in tech is enough thing, how will I put it, on its own. There is a stereotype around the world, there is the other things and all of that. Then you have the women factor that affects us all the time. We this gender are the ones that have the most mood swing and all of that. And then we need to be in a competitive environment where you have to work with men, and you have to do your work without looking at them to say, oh, you need a PT or something, you need one preference. They won't even give you that preference. So at the time you do what you have to compete against yourself. So sometimes, and then so you have to set goals, and those goals must have what? A starting date and a target date. You have to tell yourself this is where you want to do. Yeah, I mean, this is what you want to accomplish at this time. Now, with this SMART goal, and then that's why I put the word smarter. It went further to the smarter. You now do what you want to evaluate. We talk about your KPIs. What KPI mean is key performance indicators. So you are saying that, oh, at this particular time, this indicator is what tells me that I have been able to achieve a milestone that I've set for myself. That's why it's what key performance indicators. You want to check it regularly to say whether it is being met, whether you are exceeding it or you missed it, and whether you need to even make an adjustment. Because the truth about it is that one of the things I learned from a lady, she's very popular in the Christian world. Her name is Joyce Meyer. She said, it is your schedule, so you can actually do what? You can actually adjust it. There are times when you feel that you miss something, or oh, this is what I set myself, this is what I want to do. You don't overflog yourself on it. All you need to do is just, can I make some adjustments? And then at the end of the day, you reevaluate those KPIs, whether you are doing what you are maintaining then. And reevaluation of it is actually what through the duration of your career life. That's the truth. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that when you look at specific goals, this is what you are saying, that these are the questions you will be asking yourself, and these are the answers you will be getting as much as possible to say they must be clear. You want to make the goals as much as possible. It must be very specific, achievable, and all of that. I think I've spent so much time on that, and I don't want to waste so much time. So, but what are the questions you'll be asking yourself when you are considering whether a goal is specific? You want to ask yourself, who else is involved in this goal? Am I the only one that is involved in it? Or are there other people that is involved in this goal? In your own case, yes, you want to become an M365 or a modern workplace engineer, but who are the other people? Yes, you have what? Our the tech mentors that will be involved, because now you look at these are people that are going to teach you. Now that means apart from myself, I have some other people that are going to teach me. Then what do I want to do to accomplish my goal? Where is the goal to be achieved? Where do I want to achieve this goal? What do I want to achieve this goal? Those are the questions you're asking yourself around when you say a goal is specific. Then if it's measurable, you're saying how many or much is this goal? How do I know if I've reached my goal, and what is the indicator of progress? Then, like I said, it has to be achievable. The question you will be asking yourself is that, do I have the resources and capability to achieve this goal? And if not, you want to identify what is missing. Oh, is it a skill that I do not have? Is it a soft skill I need to develop? Is this some form of training or learning that I need to embark on for me to be able to have this, to achieve this goal? And how are others that have done it before me? How did they do it? How did they achieve? So you, that comes back to your what the informational interviews I've said before now that you need to carry out. Then you want to ask if this goal is realistic and it is within reach. Is it a goal that can be reachable given the time and resources at my disposal? And will I be able to commit to achieving this goal? Maybe I am doing a work right now and I want to do, maybe I am in in one, I'm doing something now, and then I want to take up on this training. Is this something that I can commit to? And then lastly, you want to see, does my goal have a deadline? If you do not set a deadline to your goal, it won't create any sense of urgency, and then it may be endless. So you have to do what? Set a deadline to it. And when do I want to achieve my goal lastly? Now, with you understanding the SMART goal, now, do you see? You've already understand your goals using the SMART goal framework. You've drawn your goal, you've identified it and said this is specific. Now it now comes back to you. The next thing is that you want to do what? You want to do the very first thing we talk about is self-assessment, which is what using the SWOT analysis. So the SWOT analysis talk about what your strengths, your weakness, the opportunities out there, and the threats that are out there. So, and then when we talk about the SWOT analysis, really, it offers an objective look at how a person fits in their competitive landscape and in the job market. I want to be more specific about that. So you consider all the factors, whether they are positive, whether they are negative, whether they are external or internal, that is going to be at your disposal and it's going to be at your advantage. Now, the internal factors are things that are considered your strength and your weakness. You remember when you go into any interview session, maybe for some of us that are working and you will hear, tell us your strengths, tell us your weakness. What are those things that you feel are your strengths? So those are things you can leverage. That's why I said it is internal to you. Why external factors are those things that are outside. And then they include things like what opportunities and threats. What are the opportunities in the market around this goal or the job that I'm pursuing or the career path I am pursuing? What are the opportunities in the market? And then what are the threats that we stand against me in achieving those career path or achieving that career goal? So that's why we say they are external. So you now need to do what? So a lot of the exercise I tell people to do is that and I will come that you take a sheet of paper, you draw 4 square, and you label one as X, another as W, and then another as zero, and I'm sorry, O, and then another as T, which means strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, and then you will now see how you can use it. Now, the intent of the SWOT analysis is to review your strength, weakness, and opportunities. And then how do you use it around your professional life? It is to clarify your approach to a variety of professional challenges by listing all the pros and cons of a particular situation. So when you use this framework, the result at the end of the day is that you can make an informed decision to develop a career strategy that fits your skills and your experience at the end of the day. And how do you use it? Aspects, I've said a lot about it. Yeah. To say you examine your strength and weakness in the internal environment and the opportunities and threats in the external environment. So let's talk about the strengths. So your strengths are your skills, your abilities, your qualifications. Some of us came out with STEM related courses. That is a strength for you. Your education, maybe some trainings that you have had before now, even just certification that you have is considered as your strength. So the things you want to consider is this. What are the strengths if I want to become an M365 engineer or I want to become a SharePoint engineer? What are the strengths that I have? Am I someone that is very good in user interface or developing an interface that can be very beautiful? Am I creative enough so I can build that creativity into my SharePoint learning? Am I someone that likes to solve problem? I like to solve puzzle. So I want to bring that problem solving skills into what? Into my exchange online. I like to solve people's problems. So those are some of the things you have to identify earlier enough. Am I someone that likes to do a lot of calculations? So in terms of doing a lot of calculation, I like that. So probably data analytics is good for me and all of that. So those are some of the things you get. So what are the other strengths that others have that you do not have? You need to now look at those. Then what advantage do you have over others? Oh, I came out with a very good degree, certification or special skills, or probably maybe I know one big man somewhere that can put me in job immediately. What's the connection? So those are some of the things. And if you do not have any connection in any workplace, put a hex there so that you know, oh, I have to work the extra mile for me to climb the career ladder, sorry, in my workplace. Then you look at your knowledge, your skills, and ability in all areas. That's your strengths. So as I'm taking you through this, if you have that sheet of paper, you can look at the strength. Just continue to think about it. What are the things that are my strength that I can bring into this training that I'm about to embark on? That's one of the things you want to look at. Then you want to also be as honest as possible to identify what your weakness is. Where do you think you need improvement to improve your performance or situation? Where are you completely confident in your qualifications or even your education, trainings, and skills? Do you think, oh, if you are called into interview right now, probably maybe as you're talking, even the skills you think you've learned in school is adequate and you think you know what to say? Or even if you feel that probably maybe you are in your stage 3 of your career, but then you have done certification, but can you put that certification to practice? If there is a task that is assigned to you, is it something that you can confidently say I can tackle, or you rather avoid because you're not confident of performing then? You have to be honest with yourself. That is so it is like, do I have any negative work habits or trait that I hold back? Probably I'm the one that does not have to do any to work in a team. When people call me for any work, I dodge. I don't even want to do any work as long as I find that some people are doing it. When there is a problem that is to be solved because it is brain tasking, I don't want to go into it. I just feel that, oh, if Paul is doing fine there, he's doing it, I can just go on, but I don't want to stress myself on that. You have to be what? Realistic. You want to face the unpleasant truth as soon as possible, even as you embark on this. But like I used to tell people, what makes the other person different from you is that extra mile they want to go as an engineer. Everybody can claim to be an engineer, but what makes an engineer good is that saying that I went that extra mile, I'm not giving up. So Your weakness is what you want to identify enough time and be truthful about it. Then you look at the opportunities. You go now to the opportunities. Opportunities are what are external factors that can improve your situation. So you're looking at things that you can list as opportunities. Maybe the network, the M365 network is an opportunity for me to advance my career. The mentorship program is an opportunity for me. The market trends, everybody today needs more modern workplace engineer. There is no organization that would not need an M365 engineer, especially because it's a productivity tool. So they need a productivity tool like emails for the email collaboration, teams, and all of that. So there is a job opportunity for me in this market. So you see an opportunity there. Now, lastly, you look at the threats. You want to consider external factors that can put you at a disadvantage. It can be potential competitors. It can be industry restriction. It can even be you do not have the right skills or you do not even have the right certification. So I mean, I'm doing an interview for you. I do an interview for someone, both of you are very good when you are interpreting what mail flow is, but I ask you and I ask candidate B, have you done any certification? And you say you do have not done, then I'm going to consider uh, um, um, candidate B that has done the certification. So you look at those traits and you identify it and you write it down. So that is the way for you to do what? To do your SWOT. So the next thing is that you want to create your SWOT analysis for your career. And then I've spoken about it. It's just talking about, I'm just giving an example here. This screen is just giving an example of what a strength can be, what a weakness can be. And I think I've spoken about that a lot. Your strength can be your work experience. I am not only good in Exchange, I am good on SharePoint, and I'm good in Teams. So wherever I find myself, and that's one of the good things about Nigerians, when we japa, you find out that wherever we go, because we do not just learn Microsoft Exchange in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you are the administrator of your AD environment. You are your Exchange Exchange online administrator. You are your Teams administrator. You are your SharePoint and all of that. So you find that you have a lot of experience that you have gained, and when you go outside, you have a lot of job opportunities waiting for you. So you can see what strength is there. I'm just giving an example that what I'm expecting from you, that if you have that quadrants that you've put in your sheet, these are examples of what I feel you should do before you start this course, and then it will help you to know how you can position yourself to weighing the pros and cons of your strength, your weakness, and the opportunities or threats that stand out there for you while you embark on this. And this is an example of what an external, what they call it also, opportunities and threats. This is an example of it. So when you look at, I had someone the other day for to just give me a SWOT analysis, and then this is an example of what somebody came up with. And then, like I said, this person came up with a SWOT analysis. This is an example of one of my mentees today. She's in Microsoft and she's doing very, very good in it. So she identified herself as a team player. She has this leadership skill. She knows that she can manage her time very well. Then she has a weakness, public speaking. So now she has a public speaking. So we know that the soft skills she needs to start learning is skills around presentation, about around speaking in public and all of that. One of the things she identified is a posture syndrome. She's always wanting to be sure that she's doing the right thing. So how do we overcome this? Sitting with her, we're able to overcome and all of that. She's actually a very popular person right now in Microsoft. If you go to Cloud Advocates and all of that, Microsoft Reactor, she runs the program. She's actually very popular. So, I mean, I'm so proud of how she had turned in life and all of that. So you can do such for yourself also and be able to come up with it. So this is just what I meant for you to do. So with that, I'm going to come to the overcoming challenges in in achieving your career goals. So the first thing you want to look at is the fear of failure. Now, the fear of failure can hinder your progress and prevent you from taking risk. Life is all about risk. Everything we do in life is about risk. If you don't overcome these fears, overcoming this fear really involves you do what? Adopting a growth mindset. We need to have a growth mindset. You need to view every setback as a learning what? As a learning opportunity. And one of the things you need to learn is that you will not only learn from your success, but you will also learn from how you stumble along the way. So do not be afraid to give yourself permission to learn on the job. It's okay for you to tell yourself that, okay, I don't know this thing yet, and I need to give myself. As long as you're committed to giving yourself to learn, you're on the right path. But don't get discouraged that, oh, because this person is doing it better than me, or this person knows it better than me. The truth about it is that they were once like you. So you need to tell yourself, I will get there also, but I just need to be patient with myself and give myself the permission to do what to learn on the job. Now, procrastination is another thing. Procrastination can delay your progress and can lead to missed opportunities. And how do you overcome this? Effective time management. And then you also have to prioritize those things that are essential to you, those things that are very, very important. Prioritize them. All of these are what's very essential in combating procrastination. Now you can also say lack of resources. You do not have the resources. But my dear, I'll tell you one thing, leverage on what? There is Microsoft Learn. Apart from everything, every of the tech mentors are going to teach you here. Please refer back to Microsoft. Go back to Microsoft Learn. Go and read community articles, read topics, be broad, use Google. I will tell people, use social media to your advantage. When someone is telling me, I like to look at people's status, but the truth about it is that imagine someone that put their face on their status and somebody that put my face, I'm having a problem with so. I've tried to create a mailbox and the mailbox I could not create it and the user cannot log in. People will be interested. Please, can anybody assist me? Use such thing. You do Google. Take advantage of the community. Ask yourself in your group, or maybe you're going through something. Ask yourself, yes, resources can be also laptop, can be light and all of that. My dear, there are sacrifices we need to make. Make the sacrifice. It may be that, okay, for me, maybe I'm eyeing an iPhone, the new iPhone today, and then I do not have a good laptop, but I'm willing to rather spend that money to buy a laptop than for me to buy an iPhone and all of that. So that is something you need to make sacrifice for. Because if you come to say, well, I don't have resources, I don't have education, I don't have training, I don't have financial support, they can pose as significant challenges. I am not also playing down on all of that. I'm not, making it look irrelevant. But the truth about it is that there are opportunities also we can I used to borrow my friend's laptop there. I just say, just borrow me your laptop, your system. Let me work. I used to ask for time for me to come and work on our system and then just do it. Sometimes I'm resuming work 8 o'clock. I'm just sleeping around 4 a.m. in the morning because by the time she's sleeping is when I can quickly use a system to do what I want to do. So those are some of the sacrifices you will make to advance. Then intentionality, you have to be intentional about it. A lot of the time about this thing is that you have to tell yourself, no matter how I have to be disciplined to achieve this. I need to be disciplined to achieve my goals, no matter the obstacles that are standing. There's self-discipline. I tell you, I compete against myself. I do not allow anybody to tell me otherwise. So I compete against myself every time until right now I am in a stage where I do not even really compete against myself again. There's no need for you to compete against others, to be honest. Just set a goal for yourself and then ensure that that goal you're telling yourself every time, say, am I achieving it or not? So I know I've said a lot of things and I know I've passed time. I promised I was going to use 1 hour, but I'm sorry. I've taken much more than your time. So the takeaways for me today is that what? Identify your goals in life, in your career path. Identify your goals. Take time to understand those goals. Come up with a system, a sort of methodology around it. Set up a career achievable goals. Do what? Seek out what? Learning opportunities. One of the things I used to say to myself is that being a great professional means knowing the right people to call in for reinforcement when you are in need of help. So connect with a very good mentor. A mentor is not the only one that will just give you advice around career. I have mentors when I was learning how to deploy Exchange. I have mentors. One of my mentors is works in Microsoft. He told me then he said they have a folder for me under his inbox. Anytime I send mail, we just said to himself, oh, what has she done again? What has she done again? Am I there? I mean, I wasn't ashamed. I could call. I wasn't ashamed even when my question looked stupid. The truth about it is that give yourself the opportunity that not what you think people will think about you is what you have at the back of your mind. Ask that stupid question, because the truth about it is that no question is stupid. Share your ambitions with people. Let's talk about accountability partner. Becoming a good negotiator. For some of us that are working already, sometimes we think negotiation is always around money. I'll tell you a little story, and I used to tell everyone that I work with. I have a colleague then, a staff that was under me. Anytime I assign, we have projects that we do. So I will assign all the people projects. Sometimes it's so unconscious to me that I leave her out. And the next thing is that this lady will just call me and tell me that she wants to see me, approach my table that, MJ, please, can I see you? And then I'll see her. When she's sitting by me, she's saying, MJ, please, have I done anything wrong to you? And I'm looking at, where did that come from? And then when she said, you gave everybody's tasks to do and you left me out. Do you know that the next time I'm always very mindful of, I have to give her a task. In fact, I put her on my list first to give her a task. But do you know the difference? She's one of the SME when she left Ashem. She was one of the SME in tech expert. And I hear a lot of people in tech say, oh, Ashem's people that come to the expert are very good. Do you know the difference? Someone could have looked at it and said, thank God MJ did not give me work. So please, it is a time for me to flex my muscle away and there's no work. But she made it that she negotiated her way into my heart. To say, I have to, into my consciousness all the time, to say, I have to remember to give her a work. So sometimes when we sit, we think negotiation is only around maybe money. My dear, negotiate your way to success. When things are not given to you, when a task is not given to you, ask even at the place of work, oh, can I join this team to do that? Even though, and they will say, okay, oh, go ahead and join. The truth about it is that your boss take a note of that. At the end of the day, they might even look, oh, that guy is a very good team player. He's doing this, and all of that. Review your goals from time to time. When you have your SWOT analysis create, ask for feedback. When you have a mentor, check with your mentor every time, or your accountability partner. How am I doing? If you are checking up with yourself, be truthful about how you're doing. And lastly, like I said, unapologetically celebrate your little wins. And I can assure you, if you take all of this to heart, you are in for the greatest success of your career journey. Thank you so much. I hope I've not bored any of you with my words. And now I am just open for any question. Thank you, guys. So I'm going to stop sharing now and try to bring up my teams if there is any question from anywhere. So let's see. Oh, this is lovely. I see that everybody still owes the time. This is 4:37 people and they're still on it. Well done, guys. So any question from anywhere? So Rafia, over to you. I think I'm not taking over your session. Yeah.
No, you haven't. I just wanted to really appreciate, like, I know everyone is just so super, as in the information is, I would say, is information overload, because even as I see myself being here as a mentee, I had to just write. Like, I kept writing and writing, and it's just like I want to have a one-on-one, face to face, uh opportunity to sit with you, just have the opportunity to speak, to sit with you and speak with you. And I feel it's the same for every other person on this call. There's hardly any time you get to hear MJ, we call popularly call her MJ, speak. She's the CTO, and it's hard, you get to hear her speak and you wouldn't want to keep hearing her speak. Like, we don't want you to end this conversation, we want you to keep giving it to us back to back. Really appreciate your time. And yes, we're going to have the chat open for questions. We did take in questions, like 5 questions, and yeah, I'll read out those questions for you. I am very sure mentees do have questions for you. So please drop in your questions while I read that out.
Okay. I think some people have their hands also raised. So what we'll do later on is that we'll
Okay.
mute you if we want you to speak. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So I think Ayola would like to speak. Please hold on. Yeah. Ayola, can you please ask your question?
Let's okay, you've allowed Mike for her already.
Yes, I have.
I'm not more asking question, man.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, you still have your Adeleke, are you still asking question? You want to lower your hand. Okay, let's allow the mic for Adeleke. Adeleke, yes, your mic is unmuted. So you can Abi is enabled, sorry, so you can unmute.
Okay, so I think I have a question here. Someone is
All right.
asking, what are the workloads that will be covered? Um, okay,
I think
that's the
that
first
question.
question.
So the core question is that the M365 is a suite of products and is divided into productivity tools, is divided into another part of it is the devices and then the security. Now, when you talk about productivity tools, you're talking about tools that enhance productivity. That's just the simple English around it. Tools that allows when you say productive. If I go to my workplace today and I cannot send emails, you say, productive today. I don't have anything. So, what are the tools that comes under productivity? You talk about Exchange Online. Those are things that will be covered. You talk about Microsoft Teams. You talk about SharePoint, OneDrive, and then you also talk about yeah, I think and then you talk about the part of the identity, because at the end of the day, how you're using any of this product is tied to an identity platform. So you talk about that also. That's what some of the things. Then the devices you use to access this thing are things like Windows 365 and then your Windows. Then you also we'll talk about security, how you can also secure all of this in terms of security. Then there is the part of the Power Platform. Yeah. So the Power Platform part of it also the automate. So that Power Platform may be coming at the tail end of the class, but there is a curriculum that will be shared with you. I think what we'll do is that we share the curriculum of the courses with us. So we'll have the productivity tools, like I've said, Exchange, Online, Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, and then we'll have also Entra, that is Microsoft Entra, the identity part. Then we'll talk about also the security. Now, the interesting part of it is that for some of us that um, just there will be a training on exchange on premise also. I think that's where they will start before the exchange online, so that they can teach you how you can carry out a migration from an on-premise exchange environment to exchange online. I think that's what it covers. Yeah. If there's any other thing I've missed out, please, Rafia or Emmanuel, please help me there. I'm sure that I hope I've been able to answer that question very well. Yeah. Okay. Rafia, are you there? I can't hear you.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I was talking on mute. Yes, so I said
Okay.
you did, yeah, you listed everything, all of the
Okay.
courses that will be taken during the 3 months. Um, yeah, for the next 3 months. And yes, the next question we have here is what is the projected time frame for each of the 6 stages of career that you did mention earlier?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. Now, so for the follower stage, there is for that one we know it that is always the 6 month provisional stage. When you get to that stage, you have a 6 month provisional period. Sometimes the first 3 months actually, your your boss or your manager is already looking out to say, oh, to tell them whether they're not wasting their time in how they are putting their, I mean, whether they're putting effort into what they're teaching you. So typically, if I employ someone, the first 3 months, I want to see whether that person is already getting at least to some extent they can speak on something. Then you have the 6 month probational period. That's where you are the follower, really. Once that period is confirmed, you still are a follower when you are moved to a trainee. You can still be a follower within that period and how fast you are. So it's your question, to be honest, is kind of if I use the right word, is that um if you go by standard, somebody will say, oh, you've spent like a year or two before you can become a level one support engineer and all of that. But sometimes it also depends on you, on how fast you learn, on how fast you can show yourself relevant in the organization. That will help you. So why, as a follower, I can say you can have that 6 months part of the training period. If you move beyond that 6 months, if it depends on how fast you're learning, you can see someone that's supposed to be from a trainee to a level one, that it moves straight from even a level one into a support engineer of a level two. Why? Because of the way they put themselves into it. So somebody will say to me and say, for my own career, I want to be a manager at so by 5 years in my that's supposed to be a manager. Yes, you can attain it. It's only though depends on the work that is done, on the work you're doing, on how much effort you have put. So I'll tell you, the effort you put into the work you do and your commitment is always a factor to this time frame. Industry where they will give you a time frame, and it varies from organization to organization, to be honest. Some organization will feel that if you come in for this social period, this number of years, you must be at this number of years for you to be able to be at this position. But sometimes it depends on also your work, on how committed and all that you can beat those standard they've already set. So that's, I hope that answers the question. But sometimes the other thing is that maybe um I can look for, if you can even also do a Google to say how long does it take for someone to be this position of a manager or this team lead or for this particular job role, and you can see, and then what are the qualities that are required. And when you see all of those qualities, you look at those things, that can give you an idea to say, oh, when I'm at this particular stage in my life or at this years in my career, I should be exhibiting this traits or this qualification that will project me to this level. That is the most I can help you with now. I hope that helps really, Mayowa. I think Mayowa is the one that has the question. Yes, I will accept your invites. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, I
All
think we
right.
should even have your LinkedIn profile link for those that for those that want to connect with you. You're free to connect with MJ on LinkedIn.
I think
She
I'm
would
the only one that is
definitely
Toriola Olajumoke on LinkedIn.
on
I've
LinkedIn.
searched for another Toriola Olajumoke. I don't think so. Just look for Olajumoke Toriola on LinkedIn. I think I'm
Okay,
the
then.
only one there for now. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, the next question says I think this one is a very good one too. This person would like, even they would like to know if this course we're about to embark on is a certified course. Are we getting
Yes,
a
of course.
certificate after the 3 months of learning?
Okay, so yes, I was there is organizing committee, but if I'm speaking their mind and I'm speaking the mind of every one of us here, you will get a certificate of completion, and that certificate of completion will tell us also, I mean, it's tied to your attendance. Now, I think for every it's tied to your attendance, we're going to be looking at how you are attending your attendance for each what they call it for each class. So once the form is shared, please endeavor to fill the attendance. And once you fill the attendance for each class, we'll see how committed you are, and that's what we're going to tie to it. So we'll tie that to it. You'll get a certificate of completion. Now, regarding certification, well, okay, wait. I did he say anything about certification? Does one have the to
Yes.
choose the area to? Okay, okay. Regarding certification, yes, this what you'll be taught will prepare you for the certification. At least the fundamental. There is the MS 900. You can actually advance it more to go higher than that. And the most important thing that you have to be at the back of your mind is that will this class, because you're going to be taught by Microsoft certified trainer, they're going to use the Microsoft curriculum for you, and then they're also going to be making references to Microsoft Learn. You can be rest assured that you'll be taught what is enough for you to do certification, I mean to um carry out or to do a certification. Yes, I hope I okay, I think yes, that's it.
Okay.
I think I'm
Yes.
getting, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually right. So the program is for 3 months. The mentorship program is for 3 months. So we expect that based on attendance, right? You did have a certificate of attendance at the end of the 3 months. So that certificate is quite different from the Microsoft certification. So for you to be able to take a Microsoft certification, at least the fundamentals, which is M365, you should have gone through these 3 months of training, which would at the course of the training you did learn the would take you through all the learning parts that you need to be able to sit for a Microsoft 365 fundamentals exam, which is the likes of we have MS 900 and AZ 900. So I can see another question here that is asking, how is it possible to
Okay, so
merge M365?
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to cut you. So I just wanted to
Okay,
make a contribution to it because
okay.
experience have shown us that there are people who would just be waiting to get the link to the attendance and they will just fill and
Okay.
continue, right?
Mhm.
So there will be proof of work on a weekly basis so that you will be qualified to be given the certificate of attendance will be judged based on your proof of work because we are going to be engaging you on projects. That's just to mention that. Thank you, Rafia.
That's a beautiful one. Thank you for
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
addition. Yeah, you'll be having assessments, projects, and yeah, these are part of the things that would actually that we did put together at the end of the program to decide those that are actually serious, committed to the program. So that's basically it. And also, aside from certifications, okay, maybe let me not go there. We have another question here that says, is it possible to merge M365 skills into other things? For example, Franklin is an HR professional. and she's thinking about how she can incorporate the skills gained from this program to help her become even more effective at her job role as an HR person.
Okay. So she wants to merge the training from
365,
M365 to yes, good enough. To be honest, there is opportunity for you with M365, and then that you can also put into um I take someone like there are when we talk about the productivity tools for M365, there's also what we call the productivity apps, and each of it, e.g., is like what's your Outlook, your Excel, your Word, and all of that. You might not necessarily say you want to pick those apps to say that is what you want to learn, but you want to know how to use this M365. In my organization, the HR people are the ones that create users. So they will need to know how to navigate around the Active Directory, and then so they know have that bit of what they call it, um understanding on how they can create users on Office 365 or create, because they will assign all of that. Then we, the IT people, can be doing things like our security or putting the part of the security, but they will know how they at least know how to create the users on that. So if you're an HR person, I'll tell you that if you know the M365 environment, you know at least a little bit of how to create users and assign them to departments, maybe the departmental group they need to be and all of that. So you will still learn that. So is this course going to be okay for you? Fine, yes. Another thing that I feel that you will be good for you also is that if the cost for the Power Platform comes up now, if you attend that class, depending also because that's your area, because you're an HR person, a lot of processes that HR people do that are quite very manual and repetitive. You can actually know if you attend the Power Platform class that is part of what was the track that is part of what was included. That is a place where you can know how to do some form of automation also. So, but to be, is there an opportunity for you? Definitely there is for you to do. I've seen somebody that is an HR person and has gone beyond just the elementary of HR and is now a core IT person. So if you learn this and you're looking at a career switch, why not? And you can still apply it in your HR role also. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma. So one thing I would like to request is, considering the number of people we have in attendance, the questions are actually more and they are real-time questions. I would really appreciate if you could give us some more time, like if you can take in more questions.
Okay, like I said, my Saturday is for community work, so you've taken it
Okay.
already.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so
All right.
much, Ma. So now the next question would be, I would like you to, okay, can there are people who would still love to join this program? Can they still register using the link?
Rafi, I think that's your answer, you and Joseph.
So I'm going to speak
Ah,
on that, Rafia.
okay.
So
Yeah, thank you.
we have a lot of persons still reaching out. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can.
can.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
but
yes, we
yes,
can.
I
Joseph.
would say unfortunately, yeah. So WhatsApp can only take 1,024 members, and we have hit that threshold already. So
Okay.
so what we'll do is after this call, we'll have a conversation with the organizing team and see
Okay.
what solution we can prefer to this. So we would communicate this in the group, but after now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for
So,
that.
to also help to buttress what Joseph has said, yes, you may not be in the WhatsApp group, which we will look for a workaround on that on that limitation. However, if you're already in this program and you have the URL for the meeting for you to join. Ensure that you can share that with that person. So, on top of my head, maybe at the end of the day, maybe we'll look for something like a Discord channel to put everyone again, so that both information can be shared on WhatsApp and on Discord. So there won't be any limit on that. So, but we'll walk around and let you know. Yeah. Okay, please
Thank
go on.
Okay. So another question here is asking that how do I get the opportunity to have hands-on the job experience with Microsoft 365 and data analysis?
Very good question. So I like a lot of people used to ask this question, and the truth I will tell you is this. One of the things we are going to do, we're not going just to teach you, we want you to have a training. I mean, we'll have like a hands-on experience for it. So apart from the art skill you will be learning, where we will give you a case, I mean, a scenario where you're going to work on it and you're going to do that. That is like a project. We'll also give you the soft skill where you will work with people of diverse traits and behavior that is not like your own. And we'll see how you can steer the ship together. At least we'll look at some of the teamwork's effort there. And apart from that, I'll tell you something. Also, in life, you have to take some kind of sacrifice to learn or to gain. Um, Sometimes, even if you do not have work, approach some companies and tell them that you want to be a part of the team, even if it's for an internship program that you don't want to be paid for. I've told people to do that. Tell them you don't even want to be paid for it, but you want to do internship program. And as you're in the community, we'll also be sharing internship programs with you, because some of the people in the community, some companies know that the M365 have this, so they do their own internship program, and then we can give them that. You guys are at the advantage because you've already been trained by us, so you will have that advantage. There are job opportunities we can also give if it comes and you qualify. um Again, identify when these mentors teach you, please hold them, reach out to them, reach out to people, build case scenarios on your brain and do it yourself. I have how many Microsoft 365 accounts that they have disabled for me in those days when I wanted to learn. I will open one before developers account came. I will open one Microsoft 365 account, do open another Google account, do Google, what they call it, the what's this name for Google Mails again? I'm trying to remember. You do it, and then I have my Exchange environment on premise. Go and look for one machine, install. There are resources online for you to install, even how to set up an Exchange environment, an AD environment, or set up a Google Apps environment. And at the end of the day, do a migration. Sign up for a 30 days of Office 365, because it's 30 days and you can only have 25 users. You can try it. Give those users just so that when they're asking you question, you already know. Reach out to people in the community and say, oh, I set up this environment. I do not know what I mean. I try to do this, and this is what is given. Let people contribute to your idea. For data analytics, if that's the question, that's for him to have answered. For data analytics, carry your work, do it. I told somebody then, showcase your work on LinkedIn. When you finish doing it, there is a place, is it Gagu or the call? I think it's Kagu. About what's the, if I'm not getting the right pronunciation, where you can go and get what they call it, sample data, and you can use it to build your dashboard. You can look for data. It is, yes, that's the thank you for the person. So you can use that data to build your dashboard. When you use that data to build your dashboard, if you have any problem, or if probably you feel you have done, put it on LinkedIn. Tell people to criticize it, to give you ideas about you can make it better. Somebody's going to support you, believe me. Somewhere along the line, as you get better, somebody's going to support you and then say, oh, I have an opportunity. Do you want to join my team? That is the way. But a lot of time you just want to wait and see here's everything. And I'm telling you, some of the people I got on my team, that's some of the way I got there. I'm interested when I go online and I see the people trying to tell me, oh, this is the work that I've done and all of that. Please, can you advise me on this thing? If I don't know it, I link you up with the people I know that can help me. And then when I look at in the future, okay, yes, I can. I mean, I see that someone. I'll just bring you on board. So that's the way I think you can learn. Please, I hope that helps.
Sure should. So yeah, this is a particular to career goal setting. How can one identify the path in the tech field that does not require coding and leverage on it?
Okay. All right, great. So, and that's the reason why for every job that you're any career path you want to do. So let's say I want to you can even go to Google and do a search on it. Even ChatGPT will give you the answer to say which career path does not require coding. A lot of people, when they hear come to IT, the first thing people think is that it is all coding, 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 coding. That's a different. In M365, there is no coding we are doing. Let me be honest with you. We do not have any coding we are doing here. These are things that you will learn without coding. So there is nothing like coding. If you are talking about any career path on software engineering, anything software engineering is coding. App development is coding. But now Microsoft has even helped you to say there is app development with low code or no code at all. And then we can go maybe when I don't know who is taking, whether it's Starling that is taking a Power Platform when it gets to that track, and I think it's at the end of the class. So that's when the end of the mentorship program they're going to take that, so you can actually understand. But the truth about it is that if you go online and you look for what are IT job roles that do not require coding, you will see a lot of it. Now, another thing you can search for is that when you have a particular desire to say, I want to go for this career path, always look for what are the skills required. If the skills required, they will state whether it requires you to learn a bit of coding or to know anything around coding. So the truth about it is that and the M365 track, there is nothing like coding that you need there. There is nothing like coding. But if you still feel you need more help, maybe you can just send me a message on LinkedIn and I can have a one-on-one with you so that I can help to understand your needs better. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ma. And I think the last, one of the last, yes, so we would not be able to take all of your questions. So if you really need to ask, if your questions has not been answered, you can always reach out to MJ on LinkedIn. Check her out, Olajumoke Toriola. She's here for us. She's an MVP. She's an MCT. There's another one higher than MVP. Sorry, I don't know that. So
Regional
she
director.
regional director. So she's for us, like she's there for you anytime. You can always reach out to her. So the last question I'll be taking is, which is common I can see, is would there be practical classes? Will the classes be recorded? So
Yes, the answer is yes. There will be practical classes, just like Joseph mentioned, that will be giving you things to test your practical work for you to test your knowledge, and then there will be a recording. I think Raphael, also what you can do also, we can also share with them the M365 community. Let me see if I can get the link to the M365 community YouTube.
WhatsApp.
You can
Okay.
yes, you can actually see all of the list of the recordings and the classes we've done in the past. To be honest, even this thing that we're doing, we've done some a whole year from last year, from basic, I mean from fundamental to intermediate. So to intermediate and then to advanced level. So if you feel that while you're going through this course also, but the truth about it, I don't want you to be distracted. If you're a learner, please focus here so that you don't. But if you feel that you want to also go through those YouTube recordings, you're free to. But our advice, don't get so much distracted, especially if you're a beginner. So just focus on what they're going to be teaching you here, and as you advance, you can actually take it on and go to the next and watch more of the YouTube channels. But if you are ready, someone that is not a beginner, you can actually go into some of our past recordings, and that also can help. Maybe you can even be ahead of the class with it, because a lot of such things also will be repeated in this class. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually accepting, because I don't want to disappoint you people. So as I'm getting there, I'm actually accepting your invite. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, so someone else is asking here, can we say identity management is a standalone career path where one can choose to focus on?
Very beautiful question. If you are if you are outside Nigeria, yes, that is, yeah. But the truth about it is that if you're outside Nigeria, and I use the word guardedly, if you're outside Nigeria, yes, that is a career path that you can do. And then you can even take it further to say probably maybe, there is identity management. And identity management can also break down to a lot of branches, like also identity security, which can also be a part of privilege identity management and all of that. That you're going to the security aspects and all of that. You're bringing in more security into it. So yes, you can learn that. However, let me explain one thing. There is no Microsoft solution today that you're doing. There is no Microsoft course today that you're doing, or there is no Microsoft product today you will learn that does not have a tie into the identity part of Microsoft. Now, the identity platform for Microsoft is Azure. You all know that it used to be Azure AD, but now it's Microsoft Entra. Now that's the identity. It's just the same way something has to verify that you're who you say you are, and then authenticates you in and allow you to access the resources you want to access. That's the same way you have the Azure identity. So if you want to take it as a course, then you might be taking it as what maybe the Microsoft security track. We said the security module also is in M365. M365 is just a suite of products. So you have the security part of it. So if you feel that is the path you want to go in terms of identity, then you want to learn also the security aspect of M365. So you can actually do it at once. But in Nigeria, there is places you can do that also. But if that is the path, fine, you can do it. And I know a lot of us outside, as some of us are outside Nigeria also, so it works for you. In Nigeria, some companies also recognize it. However, if you feel you can learn everything in Nigeria, please do learn it. That's my advice for you. And then when you are outside the country, it gives you more opportunity for you to stand out. I hope that helps. I don't know if any of you guys want to buttress on that. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so we have someone is asking, how can one clarify where you want to be career-wise if you're presently confused with selecting among numerous options?
Mm, mm. Okay, so I think what I will ask you to do is this. First thing is do a self-assessment, like I said. It's important that self-assessment part of it is what you do. So you also need to recognize your strengths. And with that confusion, if you ask me, you can actually overcome it with your SWOT analysis. If you draw up your SWOT analysis, you draw a SWOT analysis, a career SWOT analysis of yourself, identify your strengths, identify your weaknesses, and then with what you feel you want to do. If you're someone that, I give an example, if you're someone that feels like you like to solve problem a lot, because not that all the tracks does not have problems, but I mean, if you like to solve a lot of problems, believe me, you want to take care of, you want to say, okay, I want to know exchange online. If you are someone again that feels like, oh, I like to be very creative. I like to just bring up a very beautiful website, maybe, but it's like design a very beautiful website for people and all of that. SharePoint is okay for you and all of that. If it's a very dicey question, and I think the other way I can help you with it is this. Let's settle the confusion. Let's look at what is missing and what is your passion. I can't promise you, my big days are very busy, and I can't promise you it's this week I will have time, but you can DM me on LinkedIn and we can have a chat on that, if that will help you. Yeah, yes, Joseph, is there something you want to say on it? I think you have your hands up. Okay.
So I think the
All right.
person who asked that question is Kabiru
Apologies, I think
Sadiq.
that was a mistake.
Okay. All
Kabiru
right.
Sadiq. So we can schedule a one-on-one for you to reach out to her. Then the next question would be, I would like to know what the future holds for a medical student who doesn't have any technical IT related degree taking this course in terms of getting employed. What will be the employment requirements after the program, please?
This is lovely. A medical doctor, this is very, very nice. I'll tell you, okay, so I'll tell you a little bit of story. I have like my physiotherapist some few months ago was one of our mentors, I mean mentees in Textile. And then what we did in Textile was also to do things like Power Platform and all of that. Now, there is opportunity for you, trust me. What I even get to learn today is that what's the name? I'm looking for that word where is it techno medicine? I think that's what it was called, where somebody that is technology, or I mean technology, I mean IT with medicine. That's what the person was talking, that that's the opportunity that is abroad right now, people want to go into. So as a medical doctor, I don't have any degree for what they call it, for IT related course. The first thing is that I should even congratulate you. Being a doctor, it means you are in a STEM related field already, which means that it will be difficult for you to learn. So, but talking about apart, so if you look at there's still going to be an introductory class. Let me be honest with you. There's going to be an introductory class for all of these things. Maybe what we'll do better next time is to say for each of the class, of each of the tracks, the mentors will give you a brief 10 minutes of what you will get to learn, what is their course all about and all of that. And some of you may now be informed to say, I think what that person is saying relates to me. But the truth about it is that there is opportunity for you as a doctor in data analytics. There's an opportunity for you as a doctor in app development. App development, I'm not talking about maybe coding this time around. There's opportunity for you as a medical doctor, even in the areas of I think I've talked about data analytics also, because you can use the data analytics even to get insights into you using data analytics. You learn data analytics very well. I will not say because you came into M365 this thing, so I want you to be able to do M365. If you have passion for data analytics, I can link you up with some people that can train you. Power BI, there is another community, like I said, there's another community apart from the M365 community, to be honest. There's other communities that are also doing the same kind of thing that we're doing. But I know for the medical doctors I've seen, that I've read, a lot of them has gone into data analytics, and they're using that to help they're doing that alongside with their medical line and career. What are they doing with it? They're using data real time to do forecasting. They're using data in real time to see how they're using it to solve problem. And then they are using that data with the help of data analytics to improve on the medical research they are doing. So if you want to go around that line, that is something you can do. Then again, for with Power Platform, you can begin to build applications that can show how you already are familiar with the problem domain in your field as a medical doctor, which are things around patients, doctors, registration, and all of that. So you can customize build applications for hospitals, for patient registration, doctors registration. Those are things you can do with Power Platform and all of that. So if you remain in this class, I'll tell you as a medical doctor, you can also still use Power Platform when the track comes, and you can see how you can use that around your field. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma. So I think I would like to reiterate, I can see some persons are still asking about certifications. Yes, there's going to be a program completion certification. And as regards the timing for the program, we have a fixed time, which is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays. Please take note, every Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. In other words, we're going to be having our next class tomorrow, same meeting link from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturdays and Sundays. So now this person is, I think a lot of people have really appreciated your time, and they are asking that for a first timer who doesn't really have any experience in M365, what are those things that are necessary to get this person acquainted to or kind of have a productive result by the end of this program? In other words, what does he or she needs to be to get positive results by the end of this program?
Okay, so I'll tell you first, it's very important that you have a very good internet and your laptop, because everything we're going to be doing here is online good. Apart from that, so you come in here, we will teach you. The truth about it is that while we might have challenges with the developers account, what I'm going to advise everybody to do is to sign up for a 30 days trial. Even though that may not, if you sign up for a 30 days trial for M365, I don't know, the truth about it is that while we can give you an environment that will work for you, is that people should sign up for a 30 days trial so that they can have their own environment to work with. At least within the space of 30 days, you would have covered something that can help you to say, okay, this is the way for you to get what they call it, to work around the M365 environment. But we will still sort out that. That's something we're thinking of. Another thing is that, let me be honest with you, if you're not someone that has a flair to solve problem, you might not be interested in M365. If your problem solving skill is something that you will need, you want to solve problem. If you have that passion to say, I want to solve puzzle, then M365 is the environment for you, because you will have opportunities for you to solve people's problem. And then if you are someone that is also very interested in creating or helping people to get started in a day, of saying that, okay, I help this person to get started on how to work throughout the day to be productive, then M365. I would advise that don't over process or don't overthink it. I think maybe 1 or 2 classes of introduction should help you to know, okay, oh, this is all of the things, this is what it's about. If you process it too much, to say, well, maybe you think about, just relax your mind. It's not difficult, to be honest. Trust me, it isn't difficult. The people that are going to teach you are actually going to break it down very well to your level. It's not difficult. you are going to understand it. And then you understand maybe 2, 3 classes or 4 classes that you've gone through. Then you will now say, okay, start making sense to say. But don't expect that day one you will understand it. That may frustrate you. Don't even expect that day two also you will understand everything around M365. That may frustrate you. But just be committed to learn each day that you attend. And then make notes of what you have learned. Go further to Microsoft Learn. The trainers, as they are teaching you, they will also put resources online. You can also, for that particular training they've given you, that you can also go to check out. And once you check it out, read it, go through it. Like I said, I may be in the car, in the bus driving, I'm the bus, open it, be reading it until you get to your destination. In one way, while you're going to work, you've also learned something. I would rather not scroll through, people's status that will not add anything to me. I would rather take my time to have that resource and go through it and learn something there. So I think that will help you. I don't know the person that asked that question. I just hope that helps. Absolutely. I'm seeing this lovely question. Can someone without a university degree succeed in IT? Absolutely. Trust me on that. I went to Yaba Tech and I have a diploma, so I did not have a university degree. Absolutely, my dear, you can succeed. I have trained people that it just came out from second because of financial constraint. They did not have even any way to go to school, and they are doing well. Why they are doing well now is when they are returning back to school. My dear, you can make it. You can do it. If you tell yourself, you can do it. If you're dedicated, if you are committed, you can do it. And then by the time you start making money, you can now enroll in school. To be honest, I don't know if you want to go to university, go to university. Even the people that while you are waiting at home, we have trained people while they're waiting at home, they have built. So what I used to tell when people ask me this question is that if we can train children that are still in secondary school to build applications that are solving problems, then it doesn't require you to have a degree for you to be able to learn a lot of things, my dear. So absolutely, you can succeed in IT. Trust me on that. Because for those children, the truth is that they don't even know IT yet, and yet they are building things. A product design join M365. All right. Um, yes, a product design join M365. If product design is your passion, then I'll tell you that for you to the way you will work more, where it will be more good for you, that can align for you, is go for to Power Platform. You can take your product design skills to make very beautiful applications, and then you will work best with Power Platform. So if they're teaching the Power Platform track at the end of this program, it will be a great class for you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma. I
Yeah.
think we should let you take a break. You really tried 2 straight hours. I know people wouldn't mind having you here till 12 a.m. Thank you so much. Once again,
I
yeah, we really appreciate your time. And there are people who want you to be their mentors. Please reach out to MJ on LinkedIn, Olajumoke Toriola. She would definitely guide you, answer your questions, whatever it is you need, just reach out to her. Yes, there's going to be internship. Oh, someone is asking, will there be internship provided after the 3 months program? So this is it. I like to, you see, it's actually good you have a mentor. It saves you a lot of time. This opportunity you're seeing here, we wish we had that opportunity, right? So yes, it's not only Madam, I call her Madam Toriola, that you should reach out to. She's a madam, a whole CTO. You are here with a whole CTO. 20 years of experience is not a joke. So it's not only her you should reach out to. We have other mentors. Like you should have someone, you should have an accountability partner. You should have someone that, people that inspire you. You see a lot of people. She's a woman, like people of impact. this mentorship, hopefully at the end of the mentorship program, you're going to have opportunities. Yes, internship opportunities, job opportunities. We're looking at this. This program is going to it's going to be an ongoing program. We hope to give you the skills you need, not just the technical skills, the soft skills. We know how I do know how it feels like to be a graduate and not have a job. Yes, we're going to put heads together to see that we have as many people as we can. Please take note that these jobs are not as many as we think. We have internship roles, we have entry level roles, whatever role it is. You first and foremost make sure you acquire the skill, because what you learn is it belongs to you, right? No one can take what you know away from you. You should be committed to learning. You keep learning. Learning is continuous, right? So wherever you find yourself, be committed. Make sure you stand out. Make sure you have something to contribute, right? So yes, let's make it a date tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. We're going to be having our next class, which is more of cloud computing. We're taking that tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you have any questions, please drop it on the WhatsApp group. If you need to check our past recordings, this particular meeting session has been recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel. So I'll be sharing that link on the WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions, please, you can drop that and we're going to answer all of the questions. So tomorrow I'll be introducing you to our mentors. Yes, those that will be taking you through these 3 months of training. You're going to have access to, you're going to share the course outline, the timetable, everything you need will be shared with you. So we do really appreciate your time and wish you a successful training session, right? Do have a good
Okay.
night's rest, everyone. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, our mentors, for volunteering. Thank you, our mentees, for being here. And yeah, have a wonderful one. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Rafia. Bye,
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Ma, for your
And
time.
yeah, do
Yeah. So
have
does
a
any
very restful night.
sure we will. Sure we will. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry for those that message me. I mean, I will try as
Mm.
much as
It
possible
will take
to,
time.
yes, to
Mm.
answer you on LinkedIn, but I've accepted your connection, but I'll respond to your message, please. Uh, Let me
Sure.
just take a break this night. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Yeah, bye.